Hello, everybody. Welcome to My Brother, Main Advice Show from the modern era. I'm your oldest brother, Justin McElroy.
I'm your middlest brother, Travis McElroy.
I'm your sweet baby brother, Griffin McElroy.
Okay.
Beep, 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 beep. Not Haunted Doll Watch. It is a movie watch. Batman watch. Batman's back. New Batman.
Another one.
The newest, best Batman yet, they're saying. Ben Affleck, fuck you. Christopher Nolan, eat shit, idiot. Because this Batman is the original Batman, by which I do mean the Twilight Gentleman.
He's the Batman
Pattinson.
now.
The Pattinson, if you will.
Rob Patz is up in it. He's the new Batman, which is funny because he was a Batman before.
Oh, I see, because he was
and
a
that's
vampire.
the first joke has been said about that. And that's
thank you.
Fucking great. That's fucking
real
great.
quick, I want to highlight something wonderful about Robert Pattinson.
I'd love to.
He recently revealed that often in interviews, he lies, and I didn't know that was a thing you could do.
Yeah, you
Okay.
I didn't know that when an interviewer is like, what are you working on? Or like, how's it going? You could just be like, I'm in 6 movies or whatever. And like, nobody checks it.
I like when he tried to describe the plot of Final Fantasy VII to Zoe Kravitz during an interview, and she was like, why do you think I give a shit about that, Rob Patz? Anyway,
He in an interview once said he wanted to open his own spaghetti restaurant.
That's good. That's good too.
Good.
He's having fun out there, but you know who's not having fun? Paul Dano.
Wait, Paul Dano as a person?
He might be having fun.
He might be, but he's the Riddler this time around, which is such good casting. Because when I look at that man, I think he's got some twisted shit up in there.
What a mystery.
What puzzles do you have for me?
We were watching the Snow.
Yeah.
And he was in a skit where because they had Zoe Kravitz, the Catwoman, on there, and he was in a skit where he popped out from underneath the couch.
Funny.
In this skit. It was funny. And he was like, I don't remember what he said. He had a joke. I'm looking for change. Let's just say he said that. And my wife, Sydney Smurl McElroy, who is not super duper plugged in to culture, said, now who's that? And I can't, and I mean, it's Paul Dano, right? Obviously. And but it must have been so weird to have someone pop out from underneath the couch.
Yeah, that you don't know who it is.
No frame of reference for. Like, why is that Paul Dano looking guy?
Love Paul Dano. Doesn't look like a lot of the people you would see on Saturday Night Live or television or the big movie screen. But he's having a tough time of it because he is playing Riddler. And he did an interview, and we're talking about a lot of interviews, but this is an important one because he was talking about how the Riddler playing him and inhabiting him and being him fucked him up bad.
Oh, Paul Dano, you forgot to act.
He said,
Paul, you got to act, my dear boy.
He said there were some nights around that I probably didn't sleep as well as I would have wanted to because it was a little hard to come down from the character.
My God.
It takes a lot of energy to get there, and so you almost have to sustain it once you're there because going up and down is kind of hard. And what I felt was the opportunity that director Matt Reeves was giving with the villain in this film was more real, potentially more terrifying. My head was just throbbing with heat, he said later about being encased in plastic wrap. I went home that night after the first day, and I couldn't sleep because I was scared of what was happening in my head.
Oh, Jesus.
So many fucking riddles in there.
Being the Riddler
I was seeing riddles where there weren't riddles. The guy asked me if I wanted paper or plastic, and I was like, ooh, what a conundrum.
I think that if the next Batman director comes to you and is like, hey, man, huge, you're going to be Calendar Man in this one, you should probably just say, no fucking way, dude.
I'm doing it. I'll do other
acting shit because those won't fuck with my head and make my head all hot so I can't sleep. Are you kidding me?
Do you think that there's a time where Danny DeVito was like, I can't get the penguin out? I'm more penguin than Danny DeVito at this point.
He was a pleasant man before the penguin happened. And now he's cantankerous because the penguin did make his head so hot. Fuck.
I also just want to take this second to apologize to everybody who I ruined the Batman for.
Yes.
Because they watched it and the Riddlers and all they can think of is Riddle Me Piss. I'm so sorry. This was not my intention. I apologize to Paul Dano,
right.
The entire Dano family, the Dan family.
Well, the whole Dan family, I feel like that if he is a serial murderer in the film, though, and I do feel like if you
Riddler?
And if you murder a lot of people and ask some riddles here and there, they should call you the murderer. the murderer who does riddles.
Yeah, maybe like the question mark murderer, maybe. Or like murderer. No, I was going to say murderer question mark, but that implies some ambiguity.
It does. You are kind of burying the lead a bit. The thing you have to know about this guy is he loves conundrums and delicious twists.
Oh, that sounds fun.
Yeah, there's also a little bit of murder on a lot of it.
A lot of it.
It's like a serial of...
Does he murder more than he asks riddles? Yeah.
They didn't call him the fucking Zodiac Puzzle Man. They didn't.
Yeah, that's true.
You know what I mean?
They're not. Is the code boy,
Code Master.
So now he's a murderer kind of first. The killer.
Yeah. That all of the Batman villains should be murderer brackets riddles, murderer brackets clown themed.
Right.
It's weird. It's weird that I want one Batman that is like, I'm not doing the bullshit.
Yeah.
You don't do riddles. You're a murderer.
I'm the Riddler. I'm not calling you that.
No, the one with birds. I'm not playing around.
I'm so busy. Do you think I have fucking time?
I'm really busy.
I'll ask you this, Batman. What can you put in a barrel to make it lighter? You're strangling someone, right? I'm going to stop you strangling him for a moment, and then we can address the riddle you've asked me. The answer is a hole. I read this one in highlights when I was 8. Please stop strangling the chief.
Chief, are you cool?
Okay. Not really. It's a hole, Batman.
It's a hole. Give me a second. I was going to get there. I want to do it on my own. Ask me another one.
The doctor was his mom. Fuck. This
fuck.
sucks. Being strangled sucks. Stop him. He's pulled Dano. Batman, get him, please.
Batman's doing great at the theaters.
We need
right?
him.
And, well, can I just say that it does confuse me a little bit? It surprises me a little bit.
Okay.
Because we've had a lot of Batman films.
We have?
There's been a lot of Batman films, and it is weird to me because this one happens to be 3 goddamn hours long. I don't understand. Listen, I'm a nerdy guy in his early 40s. Like, I should be target demo, right? But by the same turn, I don't know how many chunks of 3 hours I have ahead of me. And I'm very surprised that so much of the American populace is like, Batman?
Let's go,
yeah,
baby.
I'll take 3 hours of that.
Sure.
Let's go. 3 hours of the Bat? I love it.
Give me a Heath.
3 hours, though?
It is weird to think that it occurred to me we have more living actors who have portrayed Batman than there are living presidents. And that is wild to me in my lifetime, in one generation.
Yeah, well, presidents keep fucking beefing, though, don't they?
Yeah.
But like, we got 7, if you include the prominent voice actors, which you should, we've got 7 Batmans.
Well, but the Batman film is, can I push back against something? The Batman film is rated PG-13, and he's a serial killer. So what does he say?
Batman is?
No, the Riddler is like,
okay.
How does that portray? Like, well, I oopsed a lot of people today. I solved a lot of people. I put them in a closet.
I unlocked their chests with my gun key.
This is getting too grisly for PG-13. What did you do to those people? I can't tell you.
That's the riddle.
I really can't.
We don't know what happens after death, Batman. That is, the afterlife is the greatest riddle.
Great mystery riddle.
I thought for a second, Justin, you were saying that Batman was a serial killer in this movie, and I was going to be like, well, that is a gritty turn, huh? That would be a weird change if the Riddler looked at Batman and like, you have to calm it down, my dude.
I love Mac McElroy, but the man's been texting me, and he's like, you want to do Batman today? And like, guys, I do legitimately have, like, even when I do have a very little bit of free time, I just can't sit down for 3 hours and watch Batman.
Here's what we need.
It's pretend. Do you know that?
Yeah,
I've been thinking about this.
This one's pretend.
I got the 2 kids, and finding a window of time where I can go watch a PG-13 movie even for 3 hours is impossible. So here's what I recommend movie theaters. Sell special old folks tickets for 38-year-olds like me, where I can watch it an hour at a time. right? And then I pop back in for hour 2 on another day. I pop back in for hour 3 on a different day, and you like punch holes in it to show like, oh, don't let him in for hour 1. He's already watched that one. And let me watch it in 3 chunks, because the chances that that my window of time that I have 3 hours free and 3 hours worth of energy and interest in my body, that will never align. That will never happen. So please let me watch the movie in chunks. Or just let me watch it at home, because we've been doing that the last 2 years. It's pretty great, you guys. It's
pretty good, guys. Like, we get it. Like, you gotta see the big worm when it's big. Yeah, but I'd rather see it small than not see it, because it doesn't have a Paw... Does Dune have a Paw Patrol Timothée Chalamet? It doesn't? Then I can't actually go see it on the big silver screen.
Unless you put it picture in picture on the big silver screen, and the big picture is Paw Patrol, and the little picture is Dune, and I have one headphone in and the other one out, so I can go, more popcorn? Can we pause Dune?
Yeah.
Can we pause Dune so I can go get my child more popcorn, because they dumped theirs on the seat in front of them like an idiot?
Anyway, Batman, get there. 3 hours of good times having fun with our friends.
Get there.
I bet it's 3 hours nonstop too, man. I bet there's no fat on
no
this
cruft
steak.
On that. Definitely
it's
not.
All wheat, no chaff.
Definitely. What do you think the odds are? It is the first reboot of a new Batman franchise, right? And so what are the odds?
Since when, Griffin? Because like the first reboot in the last 2 years.
The most recent reboot of the Batman franchise, does it end with like... And you hear like the Riddler gets blown up or whatever by Batman's cool missile launcher or something. Batman stabs him and kills him. But then in his pocket, what does he find? It's not a riddle. It's a picture of a clown, because Joker's the next one. Like, it's got to be something like that, where it's like, oh, I've decided to move on from riddles. Now I'm doing jokes. And then in the next movie, Paul Dano's going to play the Joker, and he's going to be... We can't recover from... We won't be able to salvage Paul Dano after that. There will be too many broken pieces of Paul Dano to try to glue him back together if he plays the Riddler and the Joker. Can you imagine?
They should let him play Batman next to balance it out.
Yes.
Or like Superman. Let him play somebody who's like super light and fluffy next.
Okay.
And it's just like, if you play... a Batman villain in a great Batman movie. Next, you get to be like Captain
Shazam.
Shazam. There you go. You get to be Shazam next.
Fucking Levi, or whatever his name is, like every day rolled up to set, like, do. How you doing there, Zach? Pretty good, man. I'm Shazam.
I'm Shazam. I got nothing to worry about. Are you sure you're in the right headspace to play Shazam? I just won Mario Kart. I'm in a great headspace.
Paul, are you okay? You look like shit. Nah, man, I couldn't sleep last night. The riddles made my head so hot.
Here, just take a break playing Mario Kart. I can't. Don't you understand?
To turn my mind away from the riddles for a moment is to betray my sacred charge. Anyway.
Listen, a lot of people were hoping that Joaquin Phoenix Joker would show up.
Oh, that's what Batman. It is then. Then Joaquin Phoenix like fucking moonwalks onto the screen during the credits like, catch you next time, Bats.
But I have an article here from Game Rant that explains why it can't possibly happen.
Oh, shit.
So I want to run through just so you guys are prepared for the different...
Okay.
So in 2019's Joker, the Joker does not even face Batman, and in fact operates in a Gotham City that appears to be without the Caped Crusader.
I have noticed that.
That is you notice how Batman's not in it?
I did notice.
Actually reference Bruce Wayne as a young boy. So that they don't have one. So here's the first problem. High tech versus no tech.
Oh, yeah.
He has being a billionaire gives one access to technology that the rest simply cannot.
Yeah. Wait, hey, sorry, article writer. I'm sure that there's some good insight in here. But yeah, you've just summarized the whole point of Batman as a superhero.
In the Batman's new trailer, Batman uses one of his gauntlets to electrocute and take down an enemy combatant. Conversely, Joaquin Phoenix Joker barely knows how to shoot a gun. If the two were to meet in combat, the fight would be over with one use of Batman's grappling hook, batarangs, or a few punches. The scene would barely be enough to fit a trailer, let alone an entire film. Next bullet point. Batman can fight. The Joker cannot.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a great point, too. Shit, I didn't even think about
Almost never is there a scene where Batman and the Joker fucking duke it out.
Phoenix's Joker is easily kicked to the ground by 3 smug civilians in white-collar clothing. How would this iteration of the Joker fight against the greatest melee tactician in Gotham City? He simply would not. Next point. Batman is young and physically fit. The Joker is older and not physically fit.
We get it. The Batman would kick the Joker's ass.
Can I read? Here's another interview with fucking
Number 4.
Joaquin.
The Joker's
4.
allergic to Batman.
Here's an interview with Joaquin Phoenix where he's talking about playing the Joker. As humans, we're so malleable. It's probably how we survive and adjust and adapt. When making a movie, my whole life changes. I go to a new city. I'm living in a new place. I don't have any photos from home or anything that reminds me of my life. I don't know that you know how it changes you or whether it does, but I certainly don't have any great actor stories about having nightmares or stuff like that. Honestly, I had so much fun making this. Meanwhile, Paul Dano...
His brain is
trembling in the corner. His head's
riddles.
so hot. His pants are so wet from nightmare piss.
Is someone stopping Joaquin Phoenix from bringing photos of home?
Yes.
You could. Hey, Joaquin, you could.
You got to take him off the chain and just turn that dog loose.
What
you know
a weird
I mean?
thing to throw out. Like, I'm in a new city. I don't know anyone. I don't have anything that reminds me of my life.
I have a phone. I burn my driver's license.
I bury all my clothes in the desert in an unmarked grave to signify the death of the old me. Basic
I'm completely
stuff.
off the grid. The last point that I did want to touch on from this Game Rant article is that Joaquin Phoenix's iteration of the Joker is not really the Joker.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, he calls himself the Joker and wants everyone to call him the Joker and lives in Gotham City and does crime and is the Joker.
No, you're being stupid because it says here, the Joker is a character who has a tragic backstory that no one is entirely sure about.
Sure.
But eventually he falls into a vat of chemicals while being chased by Batman.
So vital.
He emerges physically and mentally warped, becoming the Joker.
Yeah.
He is not just a clown in face paint.
Yeah.
Well, okay.
Furthermore, Phoenix's Joker is not a criminal mastermind, nor an anarchist, nor a gangster. He is really just a man who has lived a less than ideal life and has some unaddressed issues.
Didn't see Joker with Joaquin Phoenix, but that does sound like that sounds like a role he would take.
I saw it over someone's shoulder on an airplane, and that was my takeaway from it.
Yeah.
Because can I just say, there was no point where he squirted someone with like acid out of a lapel flower. There was no point where he didn't have like a big mallet that like a bomb came out of or something.
Yeah.
And the Batman, from what I could see, the person in front of me kept like moving their head around. But from what I could see, Batman only appeared 8 times in the movie, but never as the Batman. It was always someone where I was like, that could be Bruce Wayne, and but he never put on the suit. But it was like George Clooney was in it, Affleck was in it, Pattinson was in it. They did in that one scene in Doctor Who where it's like, it's all the doctors.
Yeah,
it was that, but it was like, it's all the Batmans together.
You did dream this.
What?
Yeah.
Man.
This was a dream.
Listen, I'm really worried about how long we've talked about Batman.
Every morning.